Hey Northbrook, I am so excited to get to share with you guys a little bit about our plans for kids ministry coming up. If you read Jake's email from earlier, he announced that we're going to start kids ministry up on November 1st. So that's Sunday, November 1st. We're going to begin having some kids ministry. So this is going to look a little bit different than what we had originally planned, as most things with our church plant has looked different. So in this video, I'm going to line out a couple important things to know before we launch our kids ministry. So the goal of children's ministry at Northbrook Church is that we would provide rich gospel lessons that are oriented towards your children, so that you can enjoy the service and be nourished and filled up by the preaching by the elders. And so this is our prayer, that it would bless you for us to watch your kids and get to teach them and disciple them with the gospel, while you're able to be nourished by the word through what the elders are teaching that week. So we also ask and pray that you would give us grace as we begin figuring out what it looks like to do kids ministry in a park. So that being said, there's a couple of things we want to share and how we're going to start this kids ministry. So the first thing is that we're going to start kids ministry with 1-year-olds, or what we're going to call walkers, through 3-year-olds. So what that means is 1-year-olds or walkers, we're going to ask that if you have a 1-year-old, they have to be able to walk before they can come to kids ministry. Reason being is we're in the park and we're going to be on concrete. So children who are not walking yet and having to crawl, just to avoid injury, as well as having volunteers helping multiple kids, we're going to avoid having children who can't walk yet. So if your child is 1 year old and can confidently walk, then they're welcome to be in kids ministry. And we're going to go through 3-year-olds, which means if your child's 4th birthday falls on the Sunday that we have church, we're going to ask them to be in the big service. Now we're hoping this is going to expand. We'll go to 4-year-olds, 5-year-olds, elementary, but we're starting out with kids that may have trouble sitting in service or using the clipboards and activities. So that's why we're starting at 1 through 3-year-olds. So again, if they have their 4th birthday on the Sunday, they're going to be asked to be in service. If they're below that 4-year-old threshold, then they're welcome to come into kids ministry. Another thing we're going to do is we're going to pre-register kids for kids ministry. So just like you're doing every Sunday, we're going to have a link alongside your registration for your kids. And it's going to have important information like allergies, birth date, obviously name. And this is going to be required before you come. So we're not going to accept any walk-ups. Reason being is we want to have enough volunteers and we want to make sure we have everything printed because we're in a park. So we're unable to have Wi-Fi. We're going to be using paper and stickers that we're pre-printing. So this means before Sunday, so the deadline is Saturday at noon, you will have to register your kids. We will not be accepting walk-ups. So that is an important part about pre-registering. So we have information for your kiddos. Third is that we are not going to be diapering or assisting with the bathroom. For obvious reasons, we're in a park. We're not going to be helping kids in the porta potty. So instead, we're going to have our volunteers text you if your child needs a diaper change or assistance using the bathroom. That's going to be part of the pre-registration as well as the check-in, just a reminder of, does your child need assistance or are they using diapers? So that's an important thing to note. Fourth, we're going to have snacks, just like we've had on Sunday. In the registration link, we're going to ask for allergies, as well as when you check in, we're going to confirm any allergies. And if you just prefer the child not to have a certain snack, then that's totally great. Just tell us when we check them in. So water, we are asking if you can, and if you have a water bottle for your child that has their name labeled on it, they're welcome to bring that in. We will have water bottles, the mini ones that we've been having on Sundays too. But if you would like to help your child bring a water bottle, that would be great. Make sure their name is labeled on there. And then lastly, we are going to be meeting in the gazebo. Hopefully we'll send out some pictures just to give you a picture of where we're going to do this, but you've probably seen the area, the gazebo right next to the playground is where we're going to be meeting. And we're going to have dividers to kind of divide out the area, also to prevent escape. But if you've been at the Paradox Church, you've seen these dividers. We're going to be using that to have an enclosed area for our children to play. We may use the playground as well during service as we see it might be a good addition, but we're going to be in the gazebo, and the check-in table will actually be in the front of the gazebo facing the street. When you walk in on the sidewalk, you'll see a check-in table where you're going to check in your children on Sundays. So that is all of the big details about meeting for kids ministry starting on November 1st. The time will be changed to 10 a.m. for our service. We'll begin check-in at 9:45 a.m. on Sundays. So that is when it's going to start. Another big ask from us. We know that it's difficult if you have multiple age children, but if you can, we would love to have you volunteer watching kids. So if that's something that you have the ability to, maybe if you and your spouse want to trade off on certain Sundays, please pray about that and let either myself, Ginger, Alexa, or Tamra know that you're interested in helping watch kids. The more volunteers that we have, the ability to expand that age will happen. So we are so excited. I'm so excited for kids ministry to start. So I am, that's it. That's all the information you need. So we'll have this obviously listed in the email that Jake so graciously sent out. But this is something just for you if you needed some clarification. So, all right, cool. See ya.